It was 4 in the morning when the call came in. A project that had taken 3 years and thousands of hours of sweat equity to build was going up in flames.
We looked at maybe 3,000 to 4,000 hours of work and probably upwards of $200,000 in damages going up right in front of us.
The fire wasn't an accident, but a tragedy born from a mental health crisis. It's something the founders of Forget Me Not Veterans Park witnessed firsthand when they say one resident, Thomas Pounds, intentionally set their park ablaze.
The day before, we got notification from Tom Pound's mother, and she said, he makes a lot of threats, but he sent me an email saying he was done, nobody listens to him, and that he will burn this place down with him inside.
When sheriff's deputies confronted him, Pounds allegedly said he had 5 gallons of gas inside and threatened to light up his own home with him in it.
It's very, very difficult to know what the many, many, many triggers are that can set them off. A lot of times we can help talk through issues, but you can't always fix it, regardless of what others think. And this is sometimes what happens.
Pound's story underscores a grim reality. Statistics show that veterans are 1.5 times more likely to die by suicide than civilians, and that despair is only amplified when vets lack the security of a home. According to 2024 numbers, veterans made up more than 6% of New Mexico's homeless population.
Every single veteran signed their name on a blank check, telling the government of the United States that we will fight for the rights of this country. And that check was made payable up to and including their life. We think that this country owes every veteran a debt of gratitude.
Forget Me Not was built to be their sanctuary, but as the fire spread to their church, it felt like the mission itself was going up in smoke. Yet even as the fire reached its peak, Medares saw a different kind of light reaching through the darkness.
I was so upset. But in the background, I hear my wife, and she is corralling these guys. No, don't go get this. Pull that hose over here. Let's get that out of the way. And then I hear the guys rallying together. And my anger went immediately to maybe this is what the good Lord's trying to show us.
That spirit of unity was on full display during this year's VFW National Day of Service.
I've got stories to keep you here the whole time, but I need you to paint worse.
Over 30 volunteers from as far as Roswell, including 13 from the local bank in Socorro, came out to the park to help rebuild.
Well, we take this personally. That's what it means. It's personal to us. These men and women that are staying here out here at Forget Me Not Park, these are our brothers and sisters.
The park doesn't take any money from the government. They're funded almost entirely by donations, so the founders say they're free to be selective about who they take in. They try to screen out those with felonies or serious mental illnesses that they say they aren't equipped to handle.
We need a counselor, and we're working on that now with the Department of Veterans Services.
As for the location, the founders chose a remote plot of land on the Pedro Armendariz land grant south of Socorro, and they say the isolation was intentional. It allowed them to avoid the red tape of bureaucracy that can stall government-run programs.
The regulation is not as extensive with the tiny homes, and I've got people that'll jump in and help build it.
And the park's mission isn't limited to those living on these 22 acres. They also serve housed veterans.
I'm a veteran, and I live down the street from here, and I'm working on getting a VA rating for an injury, so I'm not working. And if it wasn't for this place, I get water here free, I can do laundry, we can use the kitchen, and all the services that the vets who live here get to use.
Much of their outreach happens at their volunteer-only office in the city of Socorro. There, founders say they've helped over 350 vets.
So what we try to do through the office is get their paperwork in order, get them a driver's license, find their Social Security information for them, find out and get them into the VA system so that they have a doctor.
The office and the park itself are funded largely by the Forget Me Not thrift store in Socorro. Co-founder Roxanne Scott says the store's success is a testament to the town's heart.
My community, I'm so blessed with the thrift store. Because of what we do, our donations are like double and triple what the other thrift stores get in Socorro.
In many ways, Forget Me Not Park is a mirror of Socorro itself, a community weathered by loss, fighting to survive.
A town has lost hope. They've lost most of their businesses. Smith's Food King. We had 4 pizza places, they're down to 1. That shows me that the town is getting some hope back. We can't just fix one area. We got to fix this town, and then New Mexico, and then the rest of the country.
For years, the founders struggled to get the veterans at the park to interact or work together. But the fire gave them a common cause.
To get them to fight for their community, to get them to pull together, to get them to do something other than sit back and watch everything happen was amazing.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not sure what God's plan was, burning down his own house, but it did something out here that we couldn't do for 3 years.
Even with the community's help, the road ahead is steep. The next major project is a new shower and laundry facility, which they're estimating will cost $60,000 and take 60 days to build.
We're in the hope business. We're going to keep doing this one veteran at a time.
Pounds is awaiting his jury trial, which is currently scheduled for September 28th. While the legal case moves forward, Pounds is charged with felony arson over $20,000. The people here aren't looking back. They're focused on the future and the fresh coats of paint. For New Mexico in Focus, I'm Kaylee Chella reporting.